Hi again, boys and girls. This is the last part. This is painting your Mother's Day art project. So once you have completed your artwork step by step, and you've done that with the Sharpie, again, if you want to, you can practice a couple times. We gave you 2 pieces of paper just in case you've made any mistakes. So once you're ready to paint, you're going to need your paintbrush. You're going to need a small cup of water, and I grabbed a paper towel just in case I had any messes because I don't want it on my project. And then again, your water paints. I also put something under my picture. I used like a construction piece of paper, so in case I made any spills, it would go off onto the construction paper and not my nice table. Okay, so usually with painting, it's best to do your lighter colors first. And the green, even though it does seem like it's darker, I don't think it has as much color. So I'm going to do my leaves first. And I'm using paint and water. So I always do the water first, then paint. And I keep going with my water and paint. If you want it darker in color, you're going to need more paint. If you want it a little lighter, use more water. But you don't want so much water that it's going to make a pool, meaning it's going to puddle up on your art project. So I'm going to just keep going until my paintbrush runs out. And then I'll do it again, making sure that I do not press too hard, making sure I'm not making puddles. And I'm going to hold it up for you in a minute. I'm trying to let it dry because since I'm doing this sitting down and the project is facing down, if I pick it up too soon, it's going to run onto the other parts of the art project. So I want to make sure I have it done finished. I have it finished first. All right, if it still has puddles, take your piece of paper and you can daub it. That means to press lightly over the top. Okay, so these are my leaves. Again, they're not real dark. If you want them darker, that's fine. You just may have to take a little bit longer before you pick it up. And you don't have to show me yours, but just make sure you don't have a ton of water puddling up on your paper. Okay, so the next darkest color is going to be my red. Those are your flowers. And the red that's on the example that you guys saw when we drew the leaves and finished the flowers, that red was real vibrant. Now, if you're like me, your water paints might be really old. Some of you have water paints that are a little bit newer or the fresher. So your red might be a little bit different, but that's okay. Mine's kind of like a reddish brownish color, but that's okay. Okay, so I'm just spreading around that paint, trying to stay inside that black line the best I can. All right, I'm going to quickly finish this up so I can show you the blue. The blue is probably the hardest because it's the largest amount of space that you're going to fill in. So for this project, when it's done drying, I was going to tell you guys, put it under a book. So for one night, because you won't be giving this her till Sunday, May 10th. So put it, when it's completely dry, put it under a book, and that'll allow it to get really, really flat before you glue it onto your black paper for the project, because the black paper is supposed to be like the background or like it's a framed art project. So I'm just doing all my flowers again. If you want them darker, do more paint. I had a couple of mine that were really light, so I went back and I just added some more red and really spread that out so it'd be a vibrant red. And the thing about watercolors is that even though it looks dark, once it dries, it kind of fades out a little bit and it makes it look real pretty. Okay, So here are the roses. The last part, of course, is going to be your blue background. I'm going to just do the best I can to make sure that, oh, I just used purple, wrong color. Just make sure that you try not to get it or get it overlapped. So this is probably where you're going to be using your paper towel the most, so that you make sure you don't have too much on there. Again, if you have too much water on here, it's going to puddle into your roses and your leaves. So I'm doing just a little bit at a time, spreading out all that paint. If it does overlap, it's okay. Try to use the sharpest tip of your paintbrush to go next to the edges of the roses and the leaves. Okay. And I already got mine into a little bit of the roses, but it's okay. Everybody's going to survive. Your project will survive. Your mom's still going to love it. It's a-okay. All right, so I'm not going to finish. You guys are going to finish your blue going around the leaves and the roses. Okay, let it dry at least, I would say, 2 hours. It may dry sooner than that, but give it at least 2 hours, and then put a heavy book on top of it. Let it sit like that for a while so that it completely flattens out. When you use water with paper, sometimes it does this. It gets kind of curvy. So that book's going to help keep it nice and flat. All right, when you're done with that, you're going to mount it. Okay, that means to put a backdrop on it. Okay, you're going to mount it to the black piece of paper. We gave you, boys and girls, some glue. So just when you lay it down, make sure you put glue all over the back side. Okay, some people I know put like a little bit of glue right here. That's not going to work. It's going to pop up and it's going to fall off. So to let this sit on there securely, I want you to use glue all the way around the outside first, exactly where my finger is going, and all the way up, tons and tons. Okay, not so much that it comes out at once, but make sure you're following around the outside. And then on the inside, I usually use my glue and I move it back and forth like this. Okay. All right. So that's where you're going to glue. And then when you're done, do the best you can to put it in the center. Okay. Like mine's not lined up. So I'm going to play with it a little bit and then just try to have it lined up the best I can. All right. So that's the art project. Try to keep it hidden from mom so she doesn't see. The other part of the art project is the writing you're going to do, and hopefully have that finished with your teacher. Your teacher should go over that with you. And this right here is how you mount that also to the back side. All right, my friends, thank you for listening, and I hope your mom loves their Mother's Day art project. All right, later, Gators.